Let's go to President Biden finally acknowledging his 7th grandchild after years of ignoring her existence. Yeah, she's 4 years old now. Hunter Biden's daughter, Navy Joan Roberts, was born in 2018, and her addition to the Biden family tree comes after a years-long child support case between the first son and the child's mom. And in that time, President Biden refused to acknowledge little Navy as his own grandchild. But now he's suddenly telling People magazine, quote, "Our son Hunter and Navy's mother, London, are working together to foster a relationship that is in the best interests of their daughter, preserving her privacy as much as possible going forward. This is not a political issue. It's a family matter. Jill and I only want what is best for all of our grandchildren, including Navy." Kaylee, your thoughts?
Listen, on a long list of all of the horrible things that Joe Biden has done, this has got to be the worst. Destroying a little girl's self-esteem by forcing her to grow up knowing that her own family, her own father, her own grandfather wanted nothing to do with her until he was criticized by the media for refusing to acknowledge her existence. That is a hole that she is going to spend the rest of her life trying to fill. It's awful. It's a horrible thing that the Bidens have done. Hunter Biden went to court to ask the court so that this little girl would never be able to use his last name, never be able to identify as a Biden family member. Think about what that does to you when you're growing up realizing that your grandfather was the president of the United States and he did nothing. He said nothing. And, you know, some of the leftist media, they've tried to spin this and say, well, Joe Biden can't force Hunter Biden to be a father. Okay, fine. But he could choose to be a grandfather. And he didn't until he was criticized into doing it.
Tammy.
Well, you know, remember the timing here. He's been criticized for quite some time, but this was after the plea deal for Hunter fell apart. Horrible news after that. The future looked a little strange. And then suddenly you say this. I think there might be some internal polls they're looking at about what's harming him. So I think it's even more cynical than just being criticized, right? But, you know, a lot of American families can relate to this. I'm the product of an affair. Never knew my father. But when you think about it's bad enough in a private environment, this has been international news. It's a public environment. There's no way she can avoid knowing what this was. And even at first, his denial that he was the father. We know, of course, with DNA that she is. And, you know, what their future is going to look like, we don't know. But ultimately, I think this speaks to, you're correct, the nature, the character of these individuals, the character of Joe Biden. And it's not good, it's bad.
Just makes me wonder if there are any others.
Yeah.
I mean, integrity and those things that's what you're supposed to have, Doug, when people aren't watching you. It's the greatness that your potential that you'll do.
Well, it is. And look at what is happening. It's already been named here. Y'all talked about this. But, I mean, Hunter goes, and I'm still trying to figure this out with all the money transfers we've seen, the millions of dollars. You go to court to get your child support reduced. I mean, something is just not adding up. And then the part that, going back to the name issue. Really, you fight against the name. Biden didn't bring anything of that up, and again, never brought this forward. Look, I've been in politics for a long time. I'm as cynical as they come many times on this, and I believe this was polling. I believe this was where we're at. He has a hard enough time, seemingly on stage, coming down steps, figuring out which way to go. Their campaign is sort of off the rails right now, and to direct from different things. Well, now I'm a granddad again. Well, and just this past, was it April this year? We said, I talk to my 6 grandkids all the time.
Right.
You know, I'm a big granddad.
It's deliberate.
And then now all of a sudden you're saying now, my question is she getting invited to the White House?
Right.
Is she going to get a stocking on the mantle next to the German Shepherds? I mean, is she going to get there? Is she going to be treated this way? Or is it, I've acknowledged it, let's move on, nothing to see here?
Well, if one of those German Shepherds commander keeps fighting people, maybe there'll be some room on the hearth.
Could be.
The fireplace. 4-year-olds can read, and I'm not even going to say what she reads or whether or not she reads online, but my kids, when they were 4, one of them was reading way too much. She was really gifted, but they're learning to read for the most part. And she'll see this as she gets older. And the headlines, as you said, Kaylee, don't change.
Yeah, it's not going away for her, sadly, because Google lives forever. These clips live forever. Jonathan Turley said, imagine this little girl for 4 years going on in life as she who must not be named, because that is how Navy has had to live her life. And he said there's no evidence that her father ever visited her, let alone held her. I mean, that's sad, and that puts this into perspective. And he went on to say, there's no legal reason why you couldn't have made contact. There's, in fact, no personal reason because, as you know, as you both said, she wanted to take the Biden last name. So who was stopping this from happening? Polling, I would guess, because remember that New York Times piece? That comes out July 3rd, this big hit piece on the Bidens, truthful piece, I should say, about Navy Biden. And in it, there was this one line, and it was two people familiar with discussion, said aides have been told in strategy meetings that Bidens have 6, not 7 grandchildren. Let me ask you, who's instructing aides in strategy meetings? Wouldn't the principal?
Well, you got to
think.
wonder who's asking the aides those very point-on questions, and it would maybe be the same people who ask, how are things behind the scenes? And that's how we found out that some of those aides aren't happy and don't want to be alone in meetings with grumpy, well, in this case, Grandpa.
It could be also who's actually helping policy right now. Is it Biden or is it these aides focused on policy?
Well, and also consider that this pivot only comes after the New York Times published a column
July 3rd.
criticizing Biden. So it goes to this point where I think Biden's actually worried about losing support from his own party members at this point. He didn't care when Fox was talking about this. He didn't care when conservatives were rightly pointing out his faults, but he did care when the New York Times turned on him.
All right.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.